Every year, governments and real estate developers embark on insanely expensive constructions to solve a need or boost commerce in their cities. The cost of executing these projects often runs into billions of dollars, and then they abandon it. Why were these mega projects abandoned? That's exactly what we'll be revealing in this video. You're not going to believe what happened to this luxury hotel in Croatia. From the world's largest man-made island, Dubai, to Turkey's neighborhood of fairytale castles. Here's even more insane: abandoned mega projects. Let's start with number 5, Malaysia's Forest City. Do you ever wish to live in a forest city? A real place with skyscrapers, islands, and trees? That's what the Malaysian Forest City is all about, or was. This $100 billion luxury estate was supposed to be a living paradise, but is now just a ghost town with empty skyscrapers and deserted roads. This is not fiction. The Malaysian Forest City is located on the slopes of Geelong Patal, the Johor Bahru district in southern Malaysia. The 1,370 hectares estate was announced in 2006 as a 20-year project. Hold up, what kind of construction takes that long? We all know when you give yourself that much time to finish something, you're likely getting lazy and never going to finish it. This is the story of the never-ending futuristic city. Country Garden, China's largest property developer, was contracted to provide a home for 700,000 people. As of 2019, it had about 500 residents. The mission was not accomplished. We cannot say how many units have been built, but the developer said only 1 island had been completed as opposed to 4. The pandemic hit their economy hard and slowed the project. Plus, the funding they'd hoped to get from the Chinese investors isn't forthcoming. So I guess Dream Paradise is still very much a dream. Would you live on this almost deserted island? I guess not. Number 4, the world's largest man-made island. Dubai is home to a lot of breathtaking projects like the Museum of the Future, but not all of their projects come to be. World Island, the largest artificial archipelago, is mostly unfinished. If you were to explore this $13 billion set of islands, I bet you find empty islands with no structures at all. What on earth happened to the world islands? Located in the waters of the Persian Gulf is this artificial island made mostly from sand dredged from Dubai's shallow coastal waters. This group of 300 islands was designed to look like a world map. Fancy, right? Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum, the ruler of Dubai, conceived the idea of this island in 2003, and Nakheel Properties was contracted to develop the island. Fast forward to 2008, Dubai faced a real estate crisis. As if that wasn't enough, 2011 Penguin Marine reported that the world island was sinking, but Nakheel Properties claimed this was false. Financial and technical issues slowed down this magnificent work. Currently, only around 2 to 3 of Dubai's world islands are completely functional and open to commercial use. What happened to the other 297 islands? When will it be finished? We have no idea. At number 3 is the Cincinnati subway, the most unused subway in the world. Over 100 years ago, Cincinnati city planners began construction work on this massive subway to solve traffic problems in Ohio. A lifetime later, the subway is practically 2 miles of wasteland, aka abandoned. The Cincinnati subway dates back to 1912 when Cincinnati officials contracted a Chicago transit planner to construct the 16-mile city loop. In 1916, the proposal was approved, but construction did not begin until years later. What this planner or Cincinnati officials did not see was the future. After World War I, a lot had changed, and so did the value of their money. Inflation ate deep into the economy, and the $6 million budget could no longer fund this breathtaking project. Against all odds, 2 miles of the subway was constructed in 1923. By 1927, most of the above-ground infrastructure was done too. Why did they abandon this promising city route? By 1928, the estimated cost had almost doubled. Mayor at the time, Murray Seasongood, dissolved the transit board. Maybe I would have done the same. Instead, he opened a Central Parkway, a fully functional roadway to date. And the Cincinnati subway? The last we heard was to plan a revamp into a modern subway in 2008. Did it go through? Your guess is as good as mine. The Cincinnati government wasn't ready to splurge $19 million on a subway. Today, the Cincinnati subway looks more like a scene from a sci-fi film after alien invasion. Deserted. Number 2. The deserted fairytale castle, Burj Al Babas, project in Turkey. If you picture the Cinderella castle at Disney World as abandoned, uncompleted building, without the fancy lights and lively atmosphere, you get the Burj Al Babas castle. In the Turkish town lies the 250-acre Turkish ghost town of 732 identical castles. I kind of love the idea of a more modern real-life castle and not some Hollywood effect. Black Dog Films even shot a music video for Lose Control in this $200 million castle. Everything looks good on camera, doesn't it? Well, in 2014, 2,500 workers began work on the French-inspired set of castle buildings. The houses were already selling for $370,000 to $530,000. And Sarrett Group had hoped to attract Gulf tourists. They had also planned to develop a theater, market center, health spa, and sports complexes. In 2018, sales failed, and the developers were declared bankrupt. The project, which should have been completed in 4 years, is already 8 years and counting, and not much has been achieved. It's nothing, just another high-end fairy tale castle that never made it. If you love sightseeing, you can take a trip to Burj Al Bablas. Take lots of pictures when you do. Popular luxurious vacation spot in Croatia, the Haludovo Palace Hotel is now a filthy sight with shattered glasses and overgrown bushes everywhere. This hotel has faced lots of trouble since its inception, but its owners abandoned it in 2001 when it had its last set of guests. Who would abandon a $20 million hotel? This luxury hotel in Croatia was built in 1971. It was directly across from Venice and quickly became a premier destination for warm weather, beautiful rocky beaches, and luxury cuisine. Theme magazine invested $45 million in the project and officially opened the Penthouse Adriatic Club Casino located in the hotel in 1972. The hotel was everything it was meant to be: laughter, sunshine, and champagne. The casino was meant to attract the wealthiest gamblers, but it was short-lived. The casino went bankrupt in 1973. What is it with bankruptcy anyways? The Civil War came in 1991 and turned this fancy hotel into a home for refugees. The Palace Hotel lost its glamour, and in 1995 the hotel was privatized. They basically took turns buying this property, but its last owner was Armenian-Russian businessman Era Abramyan. Presently the hotel is in ruins. The famous champagne pool is empty, and the outdoor bar is covered in graffiti, and glass walls are all shattered.